Hi guys, I know it's been a while since my last video. Welcome back. For the most part, I've just been doing a lot of repeats. I've also been really busy. I just got a puppy, and that's like having a baby, so been pretty preoccupied with that. But today we are going to tackle the Tack-It Method. I bought this off of Amazon. This is what I use. I'm not sure if there's another type of glue, but this specifically is what I use. Now, the ratio that you want to use is half and half. So, I have a little measuring cup. I put in 5 milliliters of the glue and then 5 milliliters of water. And you are going to want to stir that. At first it's going to look like the stuff that's at the top of sour cream or cottage cheese. You are going to want to keep stirring until it looks more like a thick milk texture. I let it sit for a little bit just to kind of thicken up. It's a little difficult to see your glue on a white cup, so more than likely I will go over this again once it gets sticky, but that's how I mix my glue, and that's how I have the proportions for the water to the glue. And I am working with a beautiful, beautiful glitter. It's like a white holographic glitter. Let's see if this will show up. You can kind of see it without me focusing the camera, the different types of colors. It's white with like a blue hue, purple hue, and this is Olaf's Warm Hugs from Mystical Glitters and Supplies. I will have their URL in the description box below, and if you use my name at checkout, you will get free shipping off your first order. But this is what we will be using for our first Tack-It method. And then I don't know if you can see, but I have a cup right here behind it that I'm also going to put the glue on. And I'm going to try and mix two holographic colors together, and I don't know, we're gonna see. We're gonna see if it works out and if it's gonna look beautiful or not. Something that I just wanted to mention real quick that I forgot to mention. When you are working with this glue, it's kind of hard to explain, and it's definitely really hard to show you with this white cup. But if you've painted on acrylic paint, maybe you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. But as you're putting this glue on, when you first start really globbing it on there, pools of the glue will kind of pull up on the sides of the brush, because I mean you're squeezing it out of the bristles. You don't want to leave those. You want to scrape off your brush. You can kind of see I did that here. Get all the stuff from in the bristles, like gunked down in there, and just very, very gently, with only the weight of the brush, not any weight from your hand that you're like smushing down, just drag it over those beads of glue, because what's going to happen is the rest of your cup is going to dry like you need it to and get sticky. And since that's a thicker layer, Only the top part of that bead is going to dry. So then when you dump your glitter on there and you're burnishing the glitter off, the rest of the cup is going to work beautifully, except for where it's really pooled up in those thick lines, because it's still going to be gooey underneath. So it's gonna jack up your end results, and it's not going to be good. So just take the extra time to go through, gently either brush them out or scrape them off with the brush that you were already using, but try and make it look as even as possible. If you're worried that your coverage wasn't all that great, do a super thin layer. You can always go back and add another super thin layer. You can always obviously go back and add layers, but the last thing you want to do is have to strip your whole cup because you were, in a hurry and just didn't take the extra time to make sure they were all brushed out. So just something that I learned the hard way, paying it forward, sharing the advice, make sure that it is one even coat all the way around and it's a very thin layer. I'm going to let this dry and let it get tacky, and I made quite a bit because I wanted to go back in with a second layer. So we will come back when it is time for that second layer. Okay, so with this cup, I saw a glitter that was almost like somebody called it I think dragon scale glitter, or she may have called it a mermaid skin. I don't know, but she had this glitter. I reached out and asked, what it was called, where to get it. She's out on vacation, so she has not responded. So, thankfully to the wonderful company of Mystical Glitters and Supplies, I went ahead and mixed my own. There's 3 different glitters in here, only their glitters. I'm going to try and see if I can replicate that color. If I created something really cool and awesome, maybe they'll mix it and name it after me. If not, and this is a giant disaster, then I only have myself to blame. So I am also doing the Tack-It Method with this glitter as well. And I really hope that this turns out cool and not really janky. So I'm going to sprinkle this on it. Oh, by the way, a disclaimer. If you are using Crystalac, the company does not recommend using this product, the Tack-It over and over glue, with their product, just because of the fact that it's literally made to never really dry, and you could end up having issues down the road with your Crystalac either not hardening over it, or I forget exactly what they said. I personally have not had any issues. Now, that does not mean that they are liars. That does not mean I could just be lucky this far. So use this product in use this product with Crystalac at your own discretion. My number could be up. I could make a cup and it ends up failing because of the Tack-It glue. Obviously, I hope that's not the case because that would be a nightmare. But I just wanted to throw that disclaimer out there just in case for some reason you do end up having issues. The creators of the product do not recommend... sorry, I got interrupted by one of my kids. I think I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so they don't recommend this with their products. There is a method where you can use bright tone like Tack-It. I have not been able to perfect that. I would, I guess, just rather risk it. I would rather risk it. I've tried the bright tone method. It did not work out for me. So this I tried once, never had any issues since then. So just kind of, I guess, use your own judgment call there. This will be interesting. I mean, it's pretty, but I don't know if it's gonna do what I need it to. But I'm gonna let these rotate for a little bit. You can still see this beautiful Olaf's Warm Hugs in the background, sparkling like a diamond. I'm gonna let them sit for a bit. I don't know if that's relevant. I never read or heard anything about needing to let the glitter set on there. I don't think it's necessary, but again, I do it just because. So you don't have to. And if you use epoxy, I don't use epoxy, so I'm not sure if the Tack-It method is the same kind of issue with epoxy. But anyways, I'm going to let these spin. We will come back and then I will start the long and tedious task of rubbing 98% of the glitter off these cups. So I like it. It's interesting. It definitely didn't do the effect that I was going for. Plus, I think I also probably should have done, instead of a white base, I meant to do it yesterday, but I kept forgetting to do a different color base. I think maybe like a, since it seems to have a soft purple look, maybe should have done like a soft purple or like a royal purple. Maybe even, because there's like hints of green, maybe even done like a green on here. So it turned out good. You can still see the holographic kind of tone and tint to it. I'm personally not happy with it, so I'm going to sand it down, do a different colored base, and then we are going to come back and do this one differently. Okay, so we are back with the purple cup. I skipped the steps of you know, putting the glue on and then the glitters, since you already saw that with the other cup. If you remember with this one, I just started a new one instead of stripping it. It was a white base, which made it like a really, really soft purple, lilac-y, I don't know. It may look nice in the video, but it's kind of a hot mess in person. And before, I wasn't sure if I was going to do like green or like a soft purple. So I did like the only colors I had were hunter green and pastel green. And I didn't want to go with a hunter green, so I went with a pastel green, kind of going for like a chameleon look. And you may be thinking to yourself, oh no, baby girl, what is you doing? Putting a purplish glitter on top of like a super soft green color. I don't know, I'm trying to look around and see if I can even find something in my workspace that is the color. I don't know, maybe it'll show through. But the answer to that question is, I'm going to give you the same answer I give to my 4 and 5-year-old, and anytime they ask me a question that I do not know, I tell them, okay, you need to learn something and learn something now. Prefer sooner rather than later. Mommy does not know everything. So, to your question on what the hell are you doing, I'm basically giving you the same answer. I don't know. We're going to figure it out, and hopefully it doesn't look like total garbage. So now let's start rubbing it off and praying to the glitter gods that this isn't going to look like complete and total trash. So here we go. You ready? Woo! Okay, so I don't hate it, but I feel like it doesn't really look that much different than this one. In fact, this one looks a little more purpley. I don't know if you can tell. This one looks a lot more purple than this one. So when you do the Tack-It method, obviously the glitter isn't always going to lay 100% flat, which is why you're supposed to spray paint your cup kind of ish the same color that you're going for. That way if there's any bald spots, it kind of blends in a little better. So you guys were wrong. I should have done a light purple base. I'm just gonna go ahead and blame you guys, but it's not bad. It's still, I was hoping doing a green base underneath would bring the green in this holographic out a little more. I don't know if you can really see it all that much. There's kind of like right here where the light hits it, it's like it's a green color. Well, I don't know if I should just go for it and like paint a cup purple, or I'm kind of wanting to be like super ballsy and paint one black and then put this over it. That might look super dope. At the end of the day, I'm still not getting the chameleon color that I want, so sad day for me. I don't know. I like them, but I don't have orders for them. And I mean, there's spots where for some reason the glue didn't stick, and there's bald spots, and so since the base of the cup isn't the color of the glitter, it's super noticeable. So I can't even customize these and try and resell them. But I do think We're gonna go bold. I think I'm gonna do a black cup with this crap on top. I think that might look really cool. If not, then, you know, looks like I have 3 cups going to the scrap pile. They don't look bad, but they don't have that wow factor. They don't absolutely bedazzle me. They're cool, but they look mediocre. So, alright, first I'm going to dump some of this glitter onto a black background and see if I even like the color shift in it. That's an easy way to try and check if it's even going to look cool or not, or if it's just going to be a giant waste of time. So, it's actually, I have a black table down here. Yeah, there's nothing about it that's like super special. So, I may not worry about it then. But, oh, okay, you can kind of see, if I move the light, you can kind of see that mermaid-esque color. But still, overall, not what I want. At the end of the day, though, here you can kind of see a little better how it's just subpar. It didn't do what I wanted it to. But that is how you do the Tack-It method. This one turned out absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I'm getting this other glitter all over it. This looks beautiful. Looks like angel wings. Olaf's warm hugs. Had your kids, had your wife, run out, get some of it, because it's absolutely amazing. Those two, that's the stuff I mixed, so that's, again, that's subpar, but that's the Tack-It method. If you have any questions, you know where that comment box is. Bye, and thank you for watching.